If I want to do a 16 closure wig, this is how I mix my length. I do a 12 at the back, I do a 14 at the middle, and I do a 16 at the top. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I mix my hairs, or should I say how I mix my hair lengths. When you want to do your blunt cuts or your bob wigs, you need about 200 grams to make and a closure or a frontal. Okay, so most people do the 10 inches, meaning 10 inches and a closure or a frontal. But this is how I wig to get my perfect blunt cut or bob wig. Okay, I use a 8 inches at the bottom and I use a 10 inches at the top. Okay, meaning that if I using a 8 inches, right, and a 10 inches and a 12 inches closure, at the end of the day I'm going to have like almost the same length of hair. But for people who make use of 10 inches, 10 inches and a closure, this is what happens. Imagine you put in a 10 inches hair at the back and you put another 10 inches, on top of the wig. At the end of the day, the one at the back will appear to be much more longer because it's actually longer because it's at the back. And the one at the top will appear to be more, shorter than the one at the bottom. And putting your closure, then you have this uneven look. You understand? Because the one at the bottom will be like much longer than the one at the top, and even the closure or frontal. So at the end of the day, the stylist or the wig maker will end up cutting everything to look the same. Okay, we end up cutting the wig so that everything would look the same and give you that perfect blunt cut or a bob wig. So ideally, this is how I mix my hair. If I'm doing a 300 grams of 10 inches hair, I do not just go for 300 grams of 10 inches hair, okay? Most times I want to do 8 inches, 10 inches, and a 10 inches. Or, okay, let's say 8 inches, 10 inches, and a 12 inches. And a 14 inches closure if possible. Because at the end of the day, mixing this hair together reduces the stress of having to cut, a lot when styling the hair. Okay, let me cite an example, another example. If I want to do a 16 closure wig, this is how I mix my length. I do a 12 at the back, I do a 14 at the middle, and I do a 16 at the top. You won't have to cut a lot out of it because you already have your wig or your hairs layered, right? You've layered your hairs already. If I'm to do a 16 inches wig and I'm using 16 inches hair all through, then at the end of the day, I'll still have to cut. Why do I want to cut so much when I can save some little change, by buying different lengths in order to achieve the same 16 inches without having to cut much, okay? So let me give you another example. Okay, take for instance, I want to achieve a 20 inches hair. Or a 20 inches wig. I don't just want to do 3 bundles of 20 inches and maybe like a 22 inches closure. No, this is how I layer my hair. I go for a 16 inches at the bottom, 18 inches at the middle, and a 20 inches at the top, and like a 22 inches as my closure or frontal. With this, I won't have to cut so much and I won't have to spend so much. Imagine buying a hair, a 20 inches bundle for like 50,000 naira, and you're getting an 18 inches for like 45,000 naira, and you're getting like a 16 inches for like 40,000 naira. At the end of the day, you've saved like 15,000 naira, You've saved like 15,000 naira for buying mixed length than buying 20 inches all through that you still have to cut to look 20 inches at the end of the day. I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope to see you in my next video, okay? Until then, I love you guys, and bye.